Hey guys, today you are going to create your own pop doll character. And most of you have seen these pop doll characters before. Um, Maybe you have some at home that are your favorite characters, but you can just do a simple search and you can see that there are probably thousands, maybe millions of different characters that they've made into these little dolls. Okay? So you are going to make yourself as a pop doll character. So I want you to take a look at these characters and a couple of things that I want you to notice. Their head is way bigger than their body. It's a huge head and a little body. Another thing is that their eyes are also very large. So you'll notice that their eyes are large and their head is large and their bodies are small. So that's what we're going to focus on today, and it's called distorted proportion. You'll find it in your purple art folder as well. So let's take a look at distorted proportion. So here, you can go ahead and color it in because that's what we're going to learn today on this page about what I will learn in 5th grade art. So this project, we're going to focus on distorted proportion. If you're somebody that did the About Me video, you can also color and incorporate technology. That's something that you completed. You incorporated technology and art together to make your About Me video using Adobe Spark. So that's another thing that you can color in. So distorted proportion. Proportion is how big or small something is compared to other things around it. For example, here's proportion, the relationship between the size of one object to another. So, which one of these faces has ears that are not in proportion to the rest of the face? That would be this one. The ears are too big for the rest of the face. For those ears to be the correct size, everything on the face would need to be bigger. The face would need to be bigger, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the hair, everything would need to be bigger. This is a face that has correct proportion. So you're going to turn to a page in your art folder that is blank, and you're going to work on creating a pop doll of yourself. I have my phone here so that I can look at them and remember kind of what they look like while I'm drawing. You want to make sure that you're using a pencil. I always say draw light until it's right so that you can erase if you need to erase. So the head is going to be the biggest part of what we're drawing and kind of the focal point, the focus, the first thing you look at or the first thing you notice when you view this art. So that's the first thing I'm going to draw. I'm going to do a big U shape for the head. Then I'm going to draw the hairline. So depending on what kind of hair you have is going to make your hairline a little bit different. Apparently my cat wants to also join in this. So depending on what kind of hair you have, if you have hair that parts in the middle, if you have hair that comes down in front of your face, there are lots of different kinds of hairlines. If you have your hair kind of edged up, you're going to have this kind of hairline. It all depends on what kind of haircut you have. I'm going to also post some examples of different kinds of hairlines and also different kinds of faces for you to look at when you're working on this. My hair is usually a little bit wavy, so I'm going to do kind of a wavy hair And I also usually wear kind of like a little messy bun on top of my head. So I'm going to add that here. And you always want to add your ears are at the bottom of your hairline. So where your hairline ends, that's where your ears are. Then I'm going to also add the rest of my hair down here because I usually have half of it up. We also want to add our skinny little neck. Our shoulders are going to be tiny. You can see they're way skinnier than the head. That's because we have a giant head and a little body. I made my hair a little bit too big here, so that's why I'm drawing white so I can erase it. I'm going to add my shirt. If you want to give your body a little bit of shape, you can make some curved lines here. Usually your waist is a little bit smaller. You can add pants or a skirt or whatever you want to be wearing. I'm also going to add some shoes. And I'm not adding too much detail now. I'm just getting the main shape on here. I'm going to add arms. So something that I know already is that hands are usually pretty difficult to draw. So one of my arms, I'm going to have it look like it's just behind my back. My hands are behind my back. So I'm going to have to draw that hand. This hand, I'm going to have holding something. So I'm going to be holding a paintbrush because this is going to be me. But you could make yourself or somebody else. Make sure that it's school appropriate. I'm going to make myself holding a paintbrush. And I'm just going to do the top of my hand so it looks like I'm holding on to it. All right, so now I'm going to work on the face. Now I'm going to look back at these pop dolls and notice that they all kind of have the same eyes. They're just very round. So I'm going to go ahead and add the eyes. I want to make sure that my eyes are straight and in the middle of my face. So you might already know this trick that when you're drawing a face, you want to use a grid, almost like grid paper that you use in math, to make sure that everything lines up. So I cut my face into 4 equal sections. Now I'm going to find the middle of this section between the center of the face and the ear, and that's where one eye is going to go, right there in the middle. And remember, it's going to be pretty large. And the same thing, the middle of this section between the center of the face and the ear, I'm going to find the center, and that's where my other eye is going to be. I'm not done with these lines yet, almost, and then I'll have time to erase them. If I look back at pop dolls, most of them don't even have mouths at all, but you can see some of them, like this turtle has a smile, and this person has a frown, but most of them don't even have mouths. So it's up to you if you want to do a mouth. I definitely want to add a nose, and it's going to be on the center line, so you want to make sure your nose is in the middle of the face. Same thing with the mouth, will be halfway between the nose and the chin, so about right here, if you want to add a little mouth. But the focus is going to be the eyes. You don't want to make a giant mouth. That'll take away from the eyes. So I'll go ahead and erase these guidelines. You've got to make sure that you make your guidelines very light so that you can erase them. You don't want it to look like you have a big X on your face at the end. You can also add some eyebrows. Most of the pop dolls here that I see have eyebrows. Eyebrows can be very expressive. If you have angry eyebrows that point down toward your nose, or nervous eyebrows, happy eyebrows. So you can add some eyebrows. Make sure your eyebrows are more of a shape rather than just a line. So I have my outline. I'm going to add a little bit of texture to my hair. I'm also going to add some accessories because that's how you're really going to know it's me. You're going to know it's me because of the paintbrush, which is one of the accessories, and you're going to know it's me because of the glasses. I'm also going to put something on my shirt so that you know it's me. I'm also going to add some freckles. Now, once you have that finished, you can find something at home to outline it with. If you have marker, pen, Sharpie, something at home. If you don't have any markers or pens or Sharpies, you can just use your pencil. And now you can add harder pressure. So before I was drawing light, now I'm going to push down hard because I know these are the lines that I want to use. So you can darken your pencil lines so it looks more like a final drawing and not so much like a sketch. You can also add eyelashes if you want. You could add earrings. You could add other accessories. You can look online at some different pop dolls that they make. Look at the different accessories that each of them have so that you know who they are. Most of them don't tell you who they are. You can just tell who it is by when you're looking. So obviously I can tell this is a turtle just by the colors, by the accessories. Same with this. I know that this is from Moana because of the accessories, the clothing, the hair, all of these characteristics about these people or these characters help you to know who it is. It doesn't tell me who this is, but I know that it's Mary Poppins because of the hat, because of the umbrella, because of the dress and the coat, because of the purse. Okay? So you want to make sure that you're adding characteristics and accessories so that we know who you are. Things that make you stand out, things that make you different from other people. Those are the things that are special about you and help us tell from the art that it's you. So maybe you always wear a certain kind of shoes or a certain color of shoes. Maybe if it was me, maybe you always wear a name tag. You want to add your name tag. Things to help identify you so it doesn't just look like a kid, but it actually looks like you. All right. Once you're done outlining, then you can go ahead and use whatever you have at home to color. Markers, crayons, colored pencils. And remember, if you don't have any of these supplies at home, You can always go to the school. There is a supply box at the front of the school. It's red. It says supplies on it. It's right next to one that says books. In the supply box, there are crayons, markers, colored pencils, whatever that you can find to use. So make sure I have everything outlined. And I'm excited to see what you guys create. Make sure that you take your time. You are in 5th grade now, so it needs to look like 5th grade work. All right, have fun, and I'm excited to see what you create.